that Stevens had. He's not taken full advantage of. What we can see on the evidence of the match so far, chances are at a premium, aren't they? They're not easy to come by. We said earlier how tough and hard John Higgins is in the safety department. I can tell you Stephen Maguire is up there with him.
Well, you can't practice as much with Higgins as Maguire has and not learn a lot from him. Or indeed from you, Alan, because you've played with him a lot.
Yeah, we, or I've picked balls out for John a lot, and Stephen. But no, they're brilliant to practice with, these two guys. You just have to remember your white gloves, that's all. Well, not only was that a brilliant pot, but the fact that he's been sat down, well, not so much sat down, but he's had nothing to go at for probably the best part of 15-20 minutes. Makes that all the more impressive. And if he can get through this little gap here when the black respots, it's a big chance.
8.
No, can't get through there. Oh, that's brilliant. Controlled the cue ball beautifully.
9.
Still got lots of work to do though. Nothing obvious to go at here. Just coming round this time. He feels sure that he'll land on this red just right side of the black. Give himself a chance to open things up down there. I think he's overrun that, John, has he? But can he get the one that's extreme right a picture?
15.
The one that's just nearer this right corner. Looks like he can.
$16. $21. 22.
Yeah, so this shot now becomes massive, doesn't it? Be trying to cannon these little cluster of 4 reds full in the face. Yeah, I was about to say how's his luck, Clive, but it's non-existent, isn't it?
27.
Afraid so. Very skillful game, snooker, but luck can be very important at the right time.
John Higgins, 27.
Good second prize though. Snooker behind the yellow. And a lead of 31. I'm just trying to think, how many bad shots have there been in this match? There was one bad missed putt from Higgins which let Maguire in for 125 in the second frame, but I can't think of any others that stand out. Maybe one or two safeties not played perfectly, but the safety has been very, very tight. 93% of Maguire's safeties have prevented Higgins from potting a ball. 81% of Higgins have kept Maguire at bay.
Yeah, you're right, Clive. Not been many bad shots at all. Mind you, this is one. That's probably the worst shot Stevens played in the match so far. As you say, a bit of a collector's item.
Well, he thought if he got the cue ball down by the yellow and green, he'd have the blue as additional cover if he left the red anywhere near the pocket.
1.
But the red, the cue ball rather, caught the middle pocket bump. Having said that, though, Higgins hasn't managed to control position from his initial red.
Yeah, it was the worst kiss he could have had on the red. Little glance has just left this awkward blue. Nothing to do with the white, though. This is all about the pot and the blue. If it goes in, a chance to win the frame. Yeah, good pot, wasn't it? Now, just lost the cue ball
6.
just a tad, I would say. This is now a big shot as well. These are missable. Oh, absolutely beautifully
7.
cued. You don't get to hit the ball better than that one. Like I say, it's an absolute nailed on chance to win the frame.
Yes, won't have to worry about the two reds on the black cushion.
14.
The other three with either pinks or blacks will be more than enough.
15.
It was a good point you made, though, Clive, about the standard so far and the lack of mistakes. It shows you the standard, doesn't it, that this match is probably going to be decided by who makes the least amount of errors, isn't it?
22.
You don't have to do much wrong these days, especially in a best of 7 match.
Well,
23.
assuming that this is the last visit of this frame, Maguire will be 2-1 down without having missed a pot.
That's an incredible stat, isn't it? You'll be sitting there with a
28.
certain amount of disappointment inside, but as you say, he's done precious little wrong.
29.
This is what John Higgins is, though. He's such a good match player, isn't he? Doesn't have to be at the top of his game. He just gets the job done.
34. .34 in the frame.
65 the difference, only 43 on. John Higgins leads Stephen Maguire by 2 frames to 1.
Welcome back to Coventry for the opening exchanges in the Champion of Champions tournament. It's the second match from Group 2, featuring John Higgins and Stephen Maguire. Higgins took the opening frame, Maguire the second, Higgins the third, and looked to have the fourth at his mercy, but a mistake proved costly as Maguire stepped in to level the match as we pick up the action in the fifth. Maguire with the initial break.
Didn't quite get into the cue ball there.
22.
Getting off deep screw on it, so he's left this extremely missable red. Can still hold for a colour. Probably play the cue ball across and across. Staying for a baulk colour. Once again, it's one of these blind shots that are very missable.
Stephen Maguire, 22.
No, his position from the blue wasn't quite good enough to give himself the best chance of potting that.
You made a good point, Clive. In our first match this afternoon, something that the top players do, isn't it? They can get frozen out of matches. They can sit down for 3 or 4 frames. They get one half chance. They knock the long red in, and they're away again. Is that just about to happen for John Higgins? You know, he's been sat in his chair for probably the best part of 25 minutes. What a cracking opening red that was.
Well, that's raised the possibility of a frame-winning break now. He's developed the black, and every red but one is invitingly placed.
Yeah, I said you don't have to do much wrong. Probably about 30 seconds ago, Stephen Maguire left the table thinking, well, at least it's a 20 lead and I've done no damage. 3 or 4 shots later, John Higgins has got a chance to win the frame.
9. Ten.
I think John will just be quite happy to play off the blue here. There's no real value in potting the black. I think the black will go on its own spot, so obviously that would tie it up. So, like I say, probably be happy just to work off blue and pink. Maybe even, well, I think he is in fact playing the black. As I say, it will tie it up somewhat.
Seventeen.
Well, if the red doesn't go past the black, the one that's next to it, that's created a difficulty that he could have avoided.
Yeah, in fact, I'm not sure whether the black's available, is it? Well, it certainly is. Look at that. I'm not even sure if John was bargaining for that, but it clearly goes.
Yes, the red goes as well as the black, so anyway, we should have known that Higgins wouldn't have played the wrong shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
$18.
Just taking a little bit of working out here. This is by no means certain to land on a red off this pink. Has to play some sort of cannon. Has to judge this one. like I said, wasn't certain to land on a sitter.
24.
Still a choice of 2 or 3 reds, but still one good shot away here from making this a genuine chance to go back into the lead again at 3-2.
Thanks. 25.
Yeah, but this time that is perfect.
Thirty. Yeah. Thanks. 31.
Just coming round to check this red next to the black that Clive mentioned. I think it will pass the left corner.
$37.
You see it, plenty of room there.
$38.
Can clinch the frame without the aid of the awkward red.
45. $46.
I just wonder here whether John
52.
take the chance to play for blue or bulk colour. Probably play for a choice of brown or yellow.
53.
Makes position for that easier of the 2 reds. A little bit more straightforward. I'd like to be nicer on probably brown there. So Stephen Maguire's only real hope here is that this positional shot goes wrong. He should have had a little touch there as John Higgins, if he's on the red. Little cannon in the pink, that could have gone wrong. He's double checked the scores again. Just this red should secure the frame.
$59.
So they're staying with us. All right, okay.
64. $65.
Can't make a century in this frame.
72.
Clearance will lead the break on 99.
Thanks. 74.
So for the third time this afternoon, John Higgins is going to go the odd frame in front, although this time
81.
brings him within a single frame of victory.
'86. '92.
The 99 clearance from John Higgins. He leads Stephen Maguire by 3 frames to 2. He's 1 up with 2 to play.
Welcome back to the Champion of Champions tournament. It's the second semi-final in Group 2, featuring John Higgins and Stephen Maguire. Higgins has had the better of the opening exchanges, but in this race to 4, there's little to choose between these two. Higgins with an initial break of 18, but Maguire back at the table.
7.
Yes, just to clarify, there are 4 groups. Each plays to a finish within a single day. The semi-final and the final, and then at the weekend we have the 2 semi-finals on Saturday and the final on Sunday.
'12. 13.
Yeah, the one place he didn't want to land was hampered by the pink. That's exactly where he has landed. The only one good thing about it, he doesn't have an awful lot to do with the cue ball. Yeah, deciding against it, probably going to play the brown here. Maybe deciding on green. Yeah, deep screw off the green for a choice of 3 reds. Yeah, I cued that beautifully, really did. Didn't have a huge margin of
16.
error there to finish nice on the red as he has done. First class. What can he do? Got to finish top side again. Oh, he's taken his eye off the pot there. I think Stephen has.
Stephen Maguire. 16.
Well, that's his worst error of the afternoon, and possibly his most costly.
Yeah, he won't be happy with that, as I say. I think he just took his eye off it for a split second. That was enough to miss the pot. Now, will John risk the cannon on the black here? Just try and develop it towards the left corner. Oh, absolutely brilliant.
1.
Would you believe
John
it?
Higgins. 1.
Would you believe it? Simple black from point blank range eludes him.
Yeah, just maybe the winning line just presenting itself. is forcing one or two little mistakes. It wasn't an absolute gimme. Of course, you just expect so much from these players. You expected them to get it. Oh, it's catching. He feels he got a kick there, Stephen Maguire, doesn't he? John Higgins is having the white cleaned. Stephen doesn't usually complain without just cause.
Well, look at it any way you like. The last two shots have produced two surprising errors. I mean, at this game,
1.
even the best can miss easy balls. Ronnie O'Sullivan missed a black from its spot from straight behind it at 38-0 in the deciding frame against Mark Selby in the Antwerp Open final on Sunday. Pot success rate still in the 90s, but it's not so much the number of errors you make sometimes, but when you make them.
8.
Didn't get as close to this red as he would have wished, John Higgins. I think he's just looked at the scoreboard. He may play a little cannon on the red just below the right middle pocket here. Be interesting to see whether he plays it. No.
9.
Top side of the blue. The reason I say that, though, he is going to need one of those two difficult reds on the right hand side of the table if he's to win the frame at this visit. Not perfect, but it'll
14.
probably do. Still has this red to the right middle. Wouldn't expect him to miss this one. Oh, he's had a kick there as John Higgins. That was definitely a kick.
40.
Yes, definitely was. The red went straighter than it should have done. I guess the crumb of comfort that he can extract is that he's not left Maguire anything easy.
Yeah, he's left Stephen what we call in the trade just a horrible shot. And even if he pots this red, you would think he would automatically be canning the black. May not be guaranteed being on a colour. If he misses it, he's liable to leave plenty.
One.
Match-winning chance.
Six.
Well, I don't know whether
6.
some anxiety has entered Higgins' arm in this frame, but he certainly missed some pots that he wasn't missing earlier in the match.
Yeah, it's 3 or 4 times, isn't it, in this last frame? John Higgins has missed balls that you'd normally expect him to knock in. Indeed, Stephen Maguire's missed a couple of virtual sitters himself.
This is what I mean about what I said earlier about sometimes the game changes character when winning or losing becomes the immediate issue.
Yeah, never a truer word spoken. Dead right there, Clive. It's a strange old game when the scoreboard says 3-2 or 3 each, isn't it? And it's first to 4. Different than when it's nothing each. John will be attempting, I would think, the cross double here in this red. Wouldn't be surprised if we get at least close to this. Yeah, there you go. Very close. Now, has he gotten away with it? Choice of 2 here, Stephen. Just whichever one he fancies, really. Looks like it's bull by the horns. He's taking the aggressive option. Oh, absolutely brilliant.
1.
Plenty of work to do, mind you, but what we can say is he's back in the frame at the very least.
8.
Whereas if he'd missed that long red he took on so bravely, it could have given Higgins
9.
a match-winning opportunity to exploit.
This is one of the 2 key shots that will be coming
16.
up soon here. Must finish top side of the black.
Couldn't
have played it any better, so he can virtually put the cue ball where he likes here. Puts him 1 point in front, as you see. Just checking the scoreboard. It's all about this red along the
24.
cushion. These can be tricky.
$25.
Just a pot and bounce. The natural angle was going to leave the best angle on the black. Great chance to level the match at 3-all now. Higgins has had several chances in this frame.
Oh, and he played that black beautifully,
32.
Stephen Maguire. It could have gone wrong, but like I say, played it to the inch.
34.
Let's check at the scoreboard once again. Green and brown, put him 18 in front, with 18 on. So we'll need the blue in addition.
37.
Shouldn't be a problem though. And it looks like, Clive, we're going to have a decider that I think this match merits, doesn't it?
41.
That's right. And I just wonder whether
46.
Higgins is going to get as good a chance to clinch the match in the deciding frame
52.
as he's had several times in this frame.
Stephen Maguire.
But anyway, Maguire has cleared up with 52 and has levelled the match at 3-all. It's all on the 7th frame decider.
Thank you. Deciding frame. John Higgins to break.
Well, Higgins has 3 times been the odd frame in front, but has been unable to pull away. I just have a slight fancy for Maguire in this frame, Alan.
Yeah, I think if I was going to side with anyone, it would probably be Stephen. I tend to agree with you there. Quite interesting. I see the pot success is now down at 92% for both players. They've both potted 92 balls. And John Higgins turned professional in 1992.
Well, he's got all the experience he's ever likely to need. Each player has potted 92 balls, but some are more important than others. Again, Maguire has scored a few more points, but that's of no significance.
I don't think there'll be as many mistakes in this last frame as there was the previous frame. I think they'll both now be fully focused on the job in hand. And this is telling here that John's playing the outside red, just trying to catch this thin.
Foul.
Deliberately trying not to disturb the cluster
Stephen
of
Maguire
reds for fear of pushing one over the right corner. I don't blame him for that. Caught it all wrong, but at least there's no damage done.
The reason I incline against Higgins in this deciding frame is that he's had his match-winning chances and not taken them. So if he gets match-winning chances in this frame, I think psychologically it's just that little bit more difficult to put them away.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Clive. I mean, I said as well in that last frame, John's usually so reliable, isn't he, at closing matches out, but he certainly wasn't on that occasion. Might still be praying just at the back of his mind there. He's had his chance, so to speak. Anyway, they'll be hoping for another one. Early cat and mouse again in this frame. Like I say, both players conscious not to open the pack up too much for fear of losing the frame in one shot. Now, can John Higgins find a way through in behind green or brown here with this cue ball? Just wants to find a gap. Oh, now, talking of gaps, I think there's a gap through for Stephen Maguire. The red over the right corner, or the red near the right corner. She's coming round to have a look at it. No idea where the cue ball would finish. I think he has to take it on.
1.
Can he get through to the blue? He's certainly on the pink in a fashion. Just going down to have a look. No, little wince I think in his face tells us no. Now, how much does he fancy this pink? Tough shot, Clive.
Potentially very significant. He gets it and he's right in. He misses and his opponent is right in.
Yeah, knowing Stephen as I do, he won't shirk at the challenge. He'll take it on. I feel sure of that. So this looks like it's got the potential to be the biggest shot of this match. Yeah, brilliant, and deserved a decent kiss as well.
7. Eight.
Could prove a very important shot, that pink. Of course, this would be an even better chance if the black was also available.
14.
But pink goes to enough pockets.
15.
Maguire to build up this break very substantially.
Yeah, the black may not pass, but if you ever wanted a chance in a deciding frame of a match, this
21.
is it right here. Plenty loose reds to go at. That red top side of the right middle pocket just makes his job a bit easier. That little bit of insurance.
22.
With the disappearance of that red, the pink is available into all pockets now.
$28.
He's stuck to the task
29.
well, hasn't he, Stephen Maguire, today? In some ways he dominated the first 4 frames. Breaks of 125 and 92. Lesser men could have easily folded at that point. John Higgins
34.
kept just nudging ahead of him at 2-1 and 3-2, but he's shown great character.
35.
One thing we know he doesn't lack is plenty of bottle, Stephen Maguire. I've seen him make some unbelievable clearances to win matches down the years. None more so than just a few weeks ago in India. He made an incredible clearance. I think it was to beat young Michael White, the young Welshman.
41.
And that was 4-3 in the decider as well.
$42. $48. $49.
And And as always seems to be the case with this great sport of ours, the closer you get to the winning line,
55.
you start running out of easy reds.
$56.
Well, there are various possibilities if you can get the cue ball over the right-hand side of the table here. The two reds close together might go to, oh, well, they do go to the left middle. The red underneath it is also a possible. The red near the cushion is a possible. So bearing in mind all those alternatives, Maguire has played that shot perfectly.
59.
Yeah, that was played to the absolute inch, wasn't it? Good call that, Clive. And just this red, as you would imagine, the pink to follow,
60.
should put Stephen Maguire into tonight's final, group final that is, against Mark Selby.
One snooker needed.
66.
Still only one snooker
Stephen
needed.
Maguire, 66.
A very solid break of 66 from Maguire. One more red surely would have nailed Higgins to the wall, but with one snooker needed, there's just a glimmer of a chance for him, even though it's a very big ask. That's enough. John Higgins had a couple of chances which he could have exploited fully enough to